After the pandemic, and for most parts of 2023, supply chains were working smoothly. But if you look at what's happening at Red Sea now, it's a stark reminder that supply chains are still not normal. To talk about what to expect in the future, we have with us today John Pearson, CEO, DHL Express. So one term that we hear a lot about nowadays is sustainability. When it comes to decarbonization, where are companies like yours placed?
The topic is to make sure you're doing something everywhere you possibly can. So whether it's reusing water, whether it's the electrification of the first and last mile, getting to the extent of 60% of our first and last mile being electrified. Netherlands is a great example of someone that's really far on that journey, as many of our DHL countries are, making sure each facility is carbon neutral and making sure that the solar paneling, I think India is 60%, optimized on solar paneling on our facilities, and not just the solar panel space that will give electricity to that facility, putting the whole roof and putting electricity back in the grid, and significantly sustainable aviation fuel, which is a little bit the hot topic. A while ago we could buy it quite easily at a reasonable price. We weren't selling it necessarily that effectively to our customers. Here we are now, a couple of years later on, we're selling it very effectively in a productized way with a product called Go Green Plus. Proud to say we're at the forefront of it. In fact, of all the available feedstock of sustainable aviation fuel available in the world, last year we bought 15% of it. Now, given how many airlines there are and how many transport operators, that figure should be 1% or 2 or 3%. The fact that we bought 15% of the available feedstock is a very significant number.
What are your targets in terms of?
Well, to get to a 30% blend by sort of 2030, with a 3% blend. Now it will be rather a hockey stick situation as SAF becomes more available and more affordable, and you can get up to a sort of 30% blend in any one aircraft, and we seek to be at a 30% blend as a business. One I'm talking about an aircraft, and one I'm talking about the business.
And beyond 30%, does the engine of a plane?
Well, at the minute, I think technology will change. Right. I'm not an expert where you potentially can have a higher blend, but the target figure is 30%. And yes, we're doing a lot, and we're very practical about it. It's the time for stop talking and start doing for every company. Start demonstrating what they're actually doing. There is so much, I don't like the word particularly greenwashing, that how companies say, this vehicle is electric or that. I think it's time that people just got on and did things, give their company talking points and learning points that can understand what everyone can do in their facility, and that will make the difference.
Right. But does this push up the cost for your customers?
Well, they can choose to buy sustainable aviation fuel and pay that on top of what they pay, but many customers are demonstrating that that's exactly what they want to do. So there is a cost to carbon neutrality.
Right. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure.